Oh, hey everyone, meet Kevin here. So I'm filming this on a cruise because apparently Millennial Money's channel has had all of its videos deleted, which is really, or at least privated or unlisted, which is really disheartening for me because 6 months ago, and I didn't tell anyone this, but 6 months ago, I tried to buy Millennial Money. I sent a text message to everybody else in the group. I'm like, hey, I want to buy the channel. I'm a big fan of preserving content. I'm a big fan of being able to look back at content and be like, look, here's where we went right. Here's where we went wrong. And I actually thought, I was the one who came up with the Millennial Money channel, right? So I'm like, man, I'll buy the channel. For me, I think it's great. We put a lot of effort into Millennial Money, and I was really optimistic about what Millennial Money could become. Now, I did end up leaving Millennial Money, but that's also because in my opinion, we were moving in different directions, right? We had different interests, and I really, really wanted to see us become kind of like an all-in podcast. I'm actually wearing their jacket right now. I'm a big fan of them. They all come prepared with a lot of detailed information. I think they do really good research before they do their podcasts, and then that way they can have reasonable debates and discussions. We've had some. I remember debating the fundamental value of crypto on Millennial Money, and I'm like, it's fundamentally zero plus the value of blockchain technology, right? Just be careful of stable coins. I remember saying stuff like that, and I actually really like the idea, or always have liked the idea about going back and looking at the Millennial Money channel and then grabbing clips from it and going, see, this is where we messed up. Oh, see, this is where we did well, because I think it's a great channel to learn from. I think we had really great perspective. So I'm really sad to see it delisted. All of us at least had, I don't know if it's been changed, we all had the username and password, and only one of us had the dual factor authentication. So anytime I would want to log in, I'd have to ask that person, hey, can you click this, what number it is, when you open the Google app, and then it's like, is this you? Yes. And then click the number. I always had to text them and be like, can you click, 57 or whatever it is. I don't think it really matters for me to say who that person is, but I didn't have control over it. So I'm really bummed to see it go. I'm obviously really terribly devastated about the collapse of FTX. I mean, now it's like you look back and it's like, oh yeah, hindsight's 2020. Man, damn, should have stayed far away from that. And I feel bad because, I promoted FTX. I've always said on the channel, crypto is speculative, right? We don't have FDIC insurance. We don't have SPIC insurance. I think stable coins are going to collapse, and you should really keep your portfolio to under 5% crypto. All my course members know that. Everybody on the public YouTube channel, this isn't a secret. I sold all my crypto in January, anything that I could have, with the exception of VC and a little bit of ADA, which I ended up dumping the ADA within a couple weeks anyway. But, it sucks. It sucks because, unfortunately, look, anybody who's been exposed to the FTX thing is just hurt and devastated, and it's just like, I feel terrible. I wish there was a way to go back and warn that these companies could collapse, but there's not, and I think that's unfortunately life is like, shit, sometimes we make mistakes, and I think the best thing to do is transparently stand for that. People like, oh, Kevin, you messed up. You got back in the market too early. Yeah, you're right. People like, oh, Kevin, you messed up. You promoted FTX. Yeah, you're right. People like, oh, Kevin, you did this wrong or said that wrong. It's like, yeah, make a lot of mistakes. I think everybody makes mistakes. I think it's really important to keep trying and trying to do better and to learn from the past. And that's why I'm a little surprised the Millennial Money videos are gone, because I'm a big, I've got a lot of videos that are, kind of embarrassing because I've made mistakes on, and I leave them. I try to make a follow-up video, go, oh, I was wrong about that. Unfortunately, it's really great fodder for haters to grab those videos and clip them and be like, haha, look at all the time we run. But you know what? People are going to hate. It's fine. The other day, actually, I went back. It was really neat. I was talking to a course member about this. Remember, we got the 60% off coupon code down below for Black Friday. But I was talking to somebody about this, and we're like, hey, you got your first hate comment on YouTube 9 years ago. If you type in Meet Kevin TV commercial on YouTube, you'll see it. And that first hate comment 9 years ago was something to the effect of, wow, way to commit career suicide. Let's see how this works out for you. And 9 years later, then somebody else replies and goes, I think it worked out okay for Kevin. And that was because in my TV commercial, I made this contrast between a really aggressive like World of Warcraft player who doesn't answer the phone and kind of has a dirty, messy room and is a bum, and contrasted that to this office environment I had created as a real estate agent. So somebody posted that on the World of Warcraft forums, and then I got all this tremendous hate from WoW players. And the big irony there was, that was me. Like, I was making fun of myself when I was 15, 16, if you look closely at that video, it's really cool. You see like underwear on the floor, 3 days of cereal, the clock's frozen at 4:20 because the battery's out. That was crazy, right? And that's all still there on YouTube. I'm a big fan of having things publicly on YouTube so we can look back and go, hey, what are the mistakes? In fact, I personally think if I had access to them, I'd love to repost all of our Millennial Money videos. Yeah, were we sponsored by FTX? Yeah, that's probably why it's taken down, is because there were mentions, a lot of mentions to FTX. They had sponsored all of Millennial Money. So I get that. That's probably why it's gone. That's probably why all of the channel videos have been removed. But yeah, I'm not going to go back and like edit my descriptions for all my old videos or try to cut out mentions to FTX. It is what it is. We screwed up. And a lot of people screwed up, and a lot of people got hurt, and I feel terrible about it. But I think the only thing we can do now is look at the mistakes made and try to learn going forward. I tried my best last week. I said, look, I know everybody's talking about FTX.com, but it's going to be FTX.us next. Like, get out while you still can. I tried making warnings, live stream warnings. During the election, I was warning people when I was live streaming for 4 hours. I posted multiple warnings on Twitter and YouTube. Get out, get out, get out. Not your keys, not your crypto. But some people don't come back and regularly watch videos. Maybe they only watch one video a month, and unfortunately they could get hit. And maybe they don't necessarily agree that you should only allocate 3% to crypto or 5% or whatever it is, right? But even that, nobody wants to lose anything, and so I feel bad about that. I really do. It's terrible. But I will say, I don't think hiding is the right answer. YouTube has this culture of like, oh, everybody should be 100% transparent with everything. Yeah, I agree with that. But most of the time when we see like quote unquote transparency, it's only like good transparency. Like, oh, look at the money I made, or this or that, right? It's like, or like losses are like nominal, or oh, my losses are okay because I like doing that anyway, or whatever. Like I don't know. I think this is one where it's just okay to say, make fun of me for it. I deserve it. It's like, damn, this sucks. I lost more money than I was ever paid in advertisements. That sucks, but that doesn't change the fact that I promoted them. So I'm super sorry. I've publicly apologized multiple times now about that, but this whole Millennial Money thing I think is weird. The video should be up. I'm disappointed. I wasn't asked, and I was never taken up on the offer to buy the Millennial Money channel. But yeah, I think that's pretty much all there is to say. Anyway, thanks for watching. As usual, check out the coupon code down below. At least, I know my courses can't go bankrupt because they're mine. In fact, back before I ever took sponsors, I always said one of the cool thing is about sponsoring myself is I don't have to worry about another company screwing up. Well, damn, I should have stuck with that. Oh well.